Chill with Larry Megan.
Well, good evening to you wherever you may be. Welcome to another episode of Chillin' with Larry Megan on a Thursday night. And tonight, I'll tell you what's exciting tonight. We're giving away a really nice gift, a really nice watch tonight. It's a Swiss Isa chronograph watch from my friend Mo Offshar from Porsamo Blue. And I know everybody's going to want to, take a whack at winning this and really take a shot at winning this thing because it's got a $715 MSRP. And I know that Mo is going to be getting in town in April, and he's going to be bringing these watches to Shop NBC. I certainly don't expect it to be going for $715 on Shop NBC, but nevertheless, it'll probably go for $300, or $350 or something like that. So it's a great gift. We know this movement. It's a great movement, the Swiss Isa 8172. But nevertheless, you have a chance to win it for free tonight, one person. So here's how you have a chance to win it. What you're going to do is you're going to send an email to contact@acorn.tv. Very simple. Just send an email to contact@acorn.tv. And in the body of the email, you want to give us your name and state, your name, city, and state. And in the subject line, here's what I want you to do, okay? You got to pay attention to what I'm telling you here, okay? In the subject line, I want you to put the name of your favorite classic movie, okay? If you don't have a favorite classic movie, and by that we mean pre-1970, anything, further, older than 1970 going backwards, I want the name of your favorite movie. And that's not how we're going to determine the winner, by the way. I mean, it's going to be a random pick. We're going to handle it back here. But nevertheless, if it's a movie we can ultimately feature in our classic film zone, we may do that in the next few weeks. But give us the name of your favorite classic movie. And if you're picked as the winner, we're going to try to feature your movie in the next couple of weeks. If you don't have a favorite classic movie, then go online and start looking them up, But hopefully most of you out there, are familiar with some movies older than 1970. I hope you are, okay? Because tonight in the classic film zone, we're going to feature Love Me or Leave Me from 1955 with Doris Day and James Cagney, two of my favorites. I love both of them. And that's from 1955, and it's a true life story of Ruth Etting. And, of course, my friend Barbara Rosene from New York is going to come in, and she's going to tell us all about that movie. And I hope Barbara did her homework because I gave her a lot of clips to choose from. I think I gave her about 20 clips to choose from. But nevertheless, that's going to be fun, too. Now, if you're new to Acorn TV, first thing I'd like you to do is please like our Facebook fan page. And that's very easy to do. Just over here on the right-hand side of the player on our acorn.tv website, you'll see a Facebook icon. Just click on the Facebook icon. It'll take you right to the Facebook fan page and hit like. And that way you can stay informed about the shows that are upcoming every week. You can also follow us on Twitter if you would. And you can also share this feed by just clicking the share button in the bottom right-hand corner of the player. All right. Now, you all out there who know me, I love these singing competitions, The Voice and American Idol. I also like the X Factor. That's already they're doing auditions around the country now for next season. But tonight on American Idol, a sad night because I thought it was extremely unfair. And I'm getting to the point now where, and I say this every year, but I'm getting to the point now where I'm really annoyed with the whole American Idol thing altogether. I love these shows. I love the talent. I love the singing and all that. But it's so old already how they just vote. They have little girls that are probably 13 years old that just vote for the boys, and that's it. They sent home Erika Van Pelt tonight, and she did not deserve to go home by a long shot, and it's just really a shame. So it's kind of annoying. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's just, if you're a girl, you've got no shot, okay? Only the boys win this thing. All right, now, we'll get into that. I'm going to show you a couple of clips, but this week on The Voice, we had the battle rounds, and it was the third episode of 4 on the battle rounds. And I'll tell you what's developing. I think Team Blake's team's got a really strong team, man. Christina's team is looking pretty strong as well. There were some great battles this week. If you're watching the show, you know what I'm talking about here. For Team Christina, Ashley De La Rosa, and this was kind of a ho-hum battle. It was probably my least favorite of the whole night. Ashley De La Rosa versus Jonathan, and Christina, she went with Ashley De La Rosa. It was a coin flip. That one could have gone either way. I think the winner of that would have got blown out in the first round of the live rounds in 2 weeks anyway. But on Team Adam, he had a tough battle between Pip and Nathan Parrott. He went with Pip. Can't argue with that choice. This kid Pip is really, he's got quite a voice, and he's got quite a stage voice as far as he looks like he comes from a theatrical background. He could go pretty far in this thing. I thought that the battle on Team Blake, the last one of the night, it was really emotional. Erin Willett versus Gwen Sebastian. Erin was the kind of big girl that, her dad just passed away. Now, at the time when they did the battle round, they didn't know he passed away because don't forget these battle rounds are taped. But the day before the battle rounds, or the day of, she got a phone call from her mother saying that the doctor said her dad only had 24 hours to live. He had pancreatic cancer, and it had advanced to a stage where, he was about to go. And he was there at the blind auditions with her. And I guess she's from the East Coast. And, the mother said that the father said, don't come home, follow your dream. And anyway, she went out there, and I'll tell you what, that was a really tough battle. It was the last one of the night. She went up against a girl named Gwen Sebastian, a country girl from North Dakota, and she was great. And I guess, I don't know, I think Erin did deserve it, but also I think Blake is the kind of guy, he had such a big heart, there was no way he was going to send her home after staying there for the battle rounds when her father was dying. And then he did pick Erin Willett. She had a great voice. She deserved it. And then, since the choosing of that, her father did pass away, and the producers of the show were pretty cool. They dedicated the whole show to her father. So they showed a picture at the end. And, that was pretty emotional. That was a great battle. I think the CeeLo battle, this week was, to me, I've been reading some stuff online, and CeeLo's been taking a lot of criticism for this. It was Aaron Martin versus the Shields brothers. The Shields brothers were those country dudes. They wanted to kind of, they said they want to smash America in the face with rock and roll. But honestly, personally, I thought they were terrible. I'm sorry. I've seen better talent down on the subway stations in New York, actually. And, but yet online, I've been reading some of the comments, and people are saying, CeeLo only went with this girl, Erin Martin, because she did wear a pretty sexy outfit. She wore like a kind of a pussycat doll outfit, and it was sexy. And her voice is a little bit suspect, although it's got a extreme break in her voice. And I think she was trying to even play that up even more. So I don't know. She wasn't super great. I can see that, but those guys were terrible. I'm sorry. Anyway, so he went with Aaron Martin. The Team Adam had a really tough battle, and that was Katrina Parker versus Angel Taylor. And if you saw that battle, man, that was close. Katrina Parker, the office worker, kind of an Adele type of voice, a little bit, large boned, overweight girl, a little bit, and now anytime somebody comes along that's a little bit overweight, they're going to automatically say, well, she could be another Adele. Adele has kind of opened that door a little bit, but she really did do a great job singing. And the person she went up against, Angel Taylor, she's already had a recording contract with Columbia Records. She already toured with Adele, and she was considered a front runner in this competition, but Katrina just stole the show. And Adam wanted to just go run and hide. He pulled his sweater over his face. He said, I hate to do this, but he went with Katrina, and it really was the right call. But it was a tough battle. But for me, the battle of the night, I thought, was for Team Blake. It was Jermaine Paul versus Alyx. And Alyx is a young girl. I think she was about 19, something like that. And Jermaine Paul was formerly a backup singer for Alicia Keys. And he wants to step out and make his own name now. And man, it was a tough battle. And without telling you who took it, let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is The Voice, and it's Jermaine Paul and Alyx. Check it out.
Come on, y'all, clap your hands, come on. Easy driver, let me take the wheel. Smooth operator.
Oh, go in and touch my bumper, baby. Say, let's make a deal. Make it real.
I'll be your
Non-stop love. Get it while you can. You're a non-stop miracle.
You're my man.
So get out of my dreams and get into my car.
Come on.
I said, hey, you get into my hey, you
Get into my head.
you
Get into my Sometimes you just gotta say, what the hell?
Give it up, Jermaine Paul, Alyx, Team Blake. Blake, we'll get to you in a second. First, Christina, what'd you think of that?
I mean, come on. I mean, Jermaine, you made that song your own, and I really, you brought the energy. So it's hard to showcase yourself as a vocalist on that song, but you did it. So great job and great effort.
Thank you, Christina. CeeLo.
Jermaine, you know that you were one of my favorites too, in the blind audition, and you brought that same confidence, and I really, really enjoyed your performance, man. Like, you're a wonderful singer, man, and I got to give it to Jermaine.
Thank you, CeeLo. Adam Levine.
Jermaine, you took this song and kicked its ass, man. And you also treated it like a actual boxing ring, which is interesting because I saw you getting ready. You were like, you know, getting like, so I gotta say, Jermaine.
Blake, the final decision is yours. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I want everybody in here to know that both of these people up here did exactly what I asked them to do, and that's show that they can get on stage and have fun. And I don't feel like Alyx is getting enough credit in this situation because that is a big job. I thought you did awesome, by the way. I really thought you did good.
Thank you.
You came up here with the confidence that I was hoping you'd come up here with. Jermaine got up here with confidence, but he was fierce and he was having fun at the same time.
Blake, who is the winner of this battle?
Winner of this battle is Jermaine.
Congratulations to Jermaine Paul. Jermaine, we'll see you at the live shows. Thank you so much.
I feel like $1 million. I feel like it's my time. It's my time, it's my chance, and I'm ready.
Listen, I thought that was a really tough battle, and I think, Blake made the right choice, and this guy, Jermaine, looks like he could be a threat. I think Blake's team looks really strong with Jorda Sunga, too. But anyway, that girl, Alyx, she really had some talent. It was a little annoying how she spelled her name, though. That was, I don't know, it's like she's trying too hard. But in any case, some great talent went home on The Voice this week, and the more I'm seeing American Idol, even though there's some great talent this year on American Idol, the more I'm digging The Voice because I just prefer the coaches making the decision. I mean, just having all these little girls, call in and vote, for the boys, it's like just a waste. The whole show is becoming a waste. Well, speaking of American Idol, this week they were, the theme of the week was, the Billy Joel songbook. And of course, Billy Joel's got so many great songs that he's written. They had a lot of songs to choose from. And really, for the most part, they all did a really good job. I don't think there was a real stinker in the bunch. Personally, I would have sent Hee-Jun home. If not him, possibly Philip Phillips. They love Philip Phillips. They just think he's the greatest thing. The way they're promoting Philip Phillips is like he might win the whole thing. But I don't know. I didn't think his performance was all that great, and I wasn't all that crazy about DeAndre either. These kids have talent, and if there was any girl that should have been in jeopardy this week, it should have been Holly Kavanaugh. Holly was not that strong. She's that kind of ballad belter that all she sings is ballads every week. She looked better than ever this week. They had stylists working with the contestants this week, and they all, for the most part, looked better. But she didn't hit her best notes for sure. And yet she was safe, and they sent home Erika Van Pelt. And I thought it was a real shame. But the best performance of the week, man, it's a close call. I mean, you could flip a coin. Jessica Sanchez, week after week, this girl is just, I mean, she nails it every week. Last week, they kind of got on her a little bit because she did an up-tempo song after doing the big Whitney Houston song, I Will Always Love You. So they had to get on her a little bit, but she still nailed it last week. And this week, I might give her the best performance of the week, but I'll tell you what, right after her was Colton Dixon, and he was phenomenal with Piano Man. So it was a coin flip. I decided I'm going to show them both to you. So let's go ahead and let's take a look first at Erika Sanchez. Check it out.
To be honest with you,
of course,
like, I don't believe you. And I just think that you're over-singing the song. I just want to believe that you have that dream.
When Diddy said that he didn't believe in my song and the way that I was singing it, it really did, you know, give me that extra push.
You have to pull back on the showing off the tricks. Tricks are not going to get you to that superstar level. I think less is more. Too much vibrato will get her in trouble.
When you are looking at someone, you are 1,000% more believable. Do me a favor this time. Sing the song to Diddy.
Okay.
Everybody has a dream.
I believe you now.
We're going to all have Diddy masks on when we come to the show. And you just think to all of us.
That's it. Jessica's definitely a star, but it's up to her to take her time and pay respect to the song.
In these days, quiet desperation, as I wander through the world in which I live, I search everywhere, some new inspiration. It's more than cold reality can give. Oh, and I know that everybody has a dream. Everybody has a dream. Everybody has a dream. This is my dream, my own, just to be at home and to be all alone with you. Everybody has a dream, no, no, no. Everybody has a dream. Everyone, I say, yeah, keep dreaming.
Jessica Sanchez, you've gone way past my judging. When God was giving out vocal cords, you were so at the front of the line.
Thank you so much.
I've got nothing to say except thank you for letting me hear you sing, baby.
That song was like written for you. Like he wrote that song for you a long time ago. That was the defining moment for you, for me, a defining song, because I really feel like that's you. That's you. You have this dream, and you're here, and you're seizing the moment, and you're living it in every second, and we all get to feel that, and that's a beautiful thing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yo, what I'm loving is doing this show for now 11 seasons, it takes consistency to win. Every time you step up, every week, you have to have a moment. You have a moment every time you step on that stage, and I love it. You're flawless. It was perfect. And let me just say this. Let me add this, guys. Let me throw this in, Rod. Yo, Jimmy, Diddy, Tommy, excellent mentoring, excellent style, excellent coaching. Everybody was right on. That was perfection. Excellent.
Come on over to your red carpet here. Good job.
Thank you.
How did that feel while you were singing it?
Felt amazing. I mean, I sang what I believed in.
Well, pretty amazing. I think she's 16 years old, maybe 17, 16 or 17, but the girl is just, I mean, she's amazing. She's going to go a long way. She'll probably get voted off the show next week. But did you notice Randy's shirt? Randy's been wearing some really cool shirts this year. I keep wanting to Google, Randy Jackson's shirt, to find out what he's wearing, who he's wearing. I'm sure it's custom made stuff, but man, he's wearing a cool shirt. I love that. I love those really tall collars. You notice that? But got to check that out. That could have been the top performance of the night. Is almost a coin flip, but if I have to slightly give it a slight edge, I'm going to give it to Colton Dixon. He did Piano Man, and last week, I wasn't as crazy about this guy, Colton Dixon. I liked him before last week. Last week I thought he was kind of down a little bit, but he put himself right back in the hunt. Check this out. This is how they ended the show.
An alternate note for the word man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sing a song, you're the piano man. Do you want me to go down there?
Yeah, I'd say the original note.
Okay.
I
Is it
wouldn't.
cool?
I would keep it the original way though. I just.
Really?
I would.
Like his note?
I loved his note. I don't like them to change it too much, but a little bit of taking ownership of the record, I like. It made me look at you as an artist and not Billy Joel.
He knows where the song lives.
Yep.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La di di da di di da, la di di da di di da, da da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, for we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us all feeling alright. La di di da di di da, la di di da di di da, da da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, for we're
pure feeling. I had goosies from head to toe from the minute you started. And you know what? Diddy gave you, I was going to say Puffy, but Diddy gave you the biggest compliment, saying he would buy that record the minute you finished singing, and I agree. Great job.
Your choice of chords when your voice resolved was stunning. It was just outrageous. You're a great musician and a great singer. Yeah.
What I love, dude, is that what you said to Tommy, that you want to be an individual. That's what this is about. I mean, this great Billy Joel songbook. I mean, you guys have done amazing things with it. Most of you have done some very interesting arrangements to them. And you gave a very sensitive, touching, moving performance on one of his classics when you couldn't even make it any different, but just making it so simple made it different. And by the way, I love the hair. I love the voice. You definitely are a rock star, baby. I like it. I like it. Stay individual. Be an individual.
Good job. Come on over here. And just before you started to play, just before we took that big wide shot, what were you thinking about in that moment? Because you were taking your time.
I love you guys. Thank you.
He's all yours in 4 minutes.
You know, I've been praying before this whole thing because tonight was a big moment for me. And I was just collecting myself and saying, you know, God, use me. I want him to shine through first and foremost. So, you know,
Very, very nice. Two great performances back to back, Jessica Sanchez and Colton Dixon. Really nice. And again, I just want to remind everybody, you know, please feel free to join in the conversation. If you have any comments or questions, you want to talk about whether it's American Idol or The Voice, you know, please feel free. We'll take your calls, live calls in the studio right here. You see the 310 number on the screen. Or if you have Skype video, we can take your video Skype. It's just Skype Acorn TV. I think first you probably have to request us to accept you or something like that, but just Skype Acorn TV and we'll accept that. You know, before we leave this segment here with American Idol, like I said earlier, I was really disappointed. I was disappointed last week when they sent Shannon McGrain home. I really like that girl as well. But tonight was ridiculous. I mean, this girl, Erika Van Pelt, I'm going to say her performance, those were the two best performances, but I thought Erika's was the next best one. I mean, it was that good. It was great. I thought Alyx Testone also had a great performance this week. But for her to be even in the bottom three is a joke, you know, and then to get sent home. And the other two in the bottom three were Heejun and DeAndre. Erika outperformed both of them by a mile. So it just goes to show you, you know, the whole American Idol process. You know, I talked to Barbie Rosene, who does our Classic Film Zone. She's a jazz singer as well. You know, she says she hates the show basically because of the whole method and format and all that. She doesn't have anything against the singers and the talent, just the way that they do it. And Barbie, I think you're starting to win me over to your side here. But, you know, it's always been a problem, you know, ever since, you know, year one, really, where basically the kids that follow this show, I mean, I love it, but I never vote, you know, I don't call in and, you know, vote for my person. What's one vote going to do anyway? I mean, these kids are voting hundreds of times, you know, for the person they like. So it's kind of already slanted. And then, you know, basically the ones who follow this is little girls, you know, and so why am I following it? I just like the singers. But, and the little girls vote for the boys. It's as simple as that. So if you're, you know, they haven't had a girl winner in about 5 years. I think it was maybe Jordan Sparks might have been the last one female who won this thing. So it really is out of hand. But, you know, I was thinking while we were on that last song, we actually went and grabbed the video for Erika Van Pelt. She's gone, but I thought, what the heck? You know, I usually don't show three, but for Erika tonight, you did a fabulous job, Erika. We're going to show you Erika Van Pelt, New York State of Mind. Check it out.
Some folks like to get away, take a holiday from the neighborhood. I'm a flight to Miami Beach or to Hollywood, but I'm taking a Greyhound on the Hudson River line. I'm in a New York state of mind. It was so easy living day by day, out of touch with the rhythm and blues. But now I need a little give and take. The New York Times and the Daily News. It comes down to reality, and it's fine with me, 'cause I let it slide. Don't care if it's Chinatown or on a riverside. I don't have any reasons. I live them all behind. I'm in a New York state of mind. New York, I'm in a New York, I'm in a New York state of mind.
I thought that was fantastic. You know, if you've been watching this show, you see how she changed her look completely. She went to that whole Liza Minnelli haircut or Pat Benatar haircut. She went from blonde to black and changed her whole look, and she sang fantastic. But she's gone, so bye-bye, Erika. All right, now let's see here. Before we go to our Classic Film Zone, I see we've had a bunch of people join us already since the beginning of the show. So once again, welcome aboard here to Acorn TV. So if you missed the beginning opening, and we got even more people coming in right now, so that's good to see. Let me tell you what we're playing for tonight. You have a chance to win a really nice watch. It's from Porsamo Blue. And Porsamo Blue has got a long, rich history in the jewelry industry, owned by a friend of mine, Mo Afshar, in Los Angeles. But he's relatively new with the watches. And in any case, Mo was kind enough to donate a couple of watches this week. We gave away one on Davis After Dark and one for Chilling with Larry Megan. Now, the one tonight, this is a 45 millimeter case, so it's got a nice presence on the wrist, is a Swiss isochronograph timepiece here. So it's got a nice value to it. Nice looking watch. He calls it his Cancun. I've never been to Cancun. I know that's down there on the tip of, down by in the Gulf of Mexico, down on the tip, right? Of. No, not been to Cancun. No. But one of these days we'll get down there. But anyway, he's calling this watch his Cancun, and you have a chance you can win it. So we're going to make a second call out. This is what you have to do to win the watch. You're going to send an email. I don't have a graphic all made up ready for it, but just follow along. You're going to send an email to contact@acorn.tv. And I see we already have a number of emails already sent in. If you sent one in earlier, you can send in another entry. Every time I make a call out, you can send in another entry. And but if you do, we want you to give us another movie, okay? What we're doing tonight is, in the subject line, you're going to give us your favorite classic movie, okay? And we say classic movie, we mean a movie before 1970, prior to 1970. If you don't have one, go online and start looking some of them up. But put that in the subject line, the name of your favorite classic movie prior to 1970. And in the body of the email, give us your first name, last name, city, and state. And you've got about roughly 5 minutes from now to send that in, and that'll be a second entry for those of you that sent one in at the top of the show. There's going to be one winner. It's going to be picked at random, and then we will get your address, and we'll go ahead and we'll ship you the Porsamo Blue watch. All right? So we'll take some entries now on that, and once again, if you want to join the conversation, give us a call. Now, we're going to go to the Classic Film Zone. I know we're trying to get Barbie on the line right now. I see We're having a tough time establishing contact. But we're going to feature a movie tonight called Love Me or Leave Me, and it's about the true life story of Ruth Etting, who was a great jazz singer from the 1920s and 30s, and she was an actress in films as well, and she had radio shows and everything else. We'll get all into her life and everything. So, Ronnie, I think it's about that time. Let's go to the Classic Film Zone. Good evening, Barbie.
Hi, Larry.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Are you ready for Love Me or Leave Me from 1955, MGM?
Well, yes, I'm definitely ready for it. But before we get to Love Me or Leave Me, you know, I remembered when we had you on the show the very first time, before you were doing our Classic Film Zone officially, you were a guest on the show. You had said to me that, you know, one of your influences, you went back, you researched, because you do a lot of songs from the 1920s and 30s.
Right.
And was Annette Hanshaw and also Ruth Etting.
Yes, I've known about Ruth Etting for a long time. I mean, I remember this film from when I was a kid, but yes, I've recorded a lot of the same songs that she recorded. I'm actually recording next week and doing a lot of the things that she did. She was a huge radio star and recording artist.
Well, you know, and I wasn't totally familiar. I knew the movie, of course. I knew the movie Love Me or Leave Me because Doris Day and James Cagney, two of my favorites. But I totally was not aware that it was a true life story of Ruth Etting. It had gotten away from me. And, of course, you kind of brought that into focus for me just because of your acknowledgement of your influence from Ruth Etting. So I thought, you know, before we get to the movie, that maybe, of course, there was a number of songs that she recorded that she was known for. I guess 10 Cents a Dance, Love Me or Leave Me. But I thought we would just kind of take a little listen to a little bit of the original. Now, remember, in those days, you know, the recordings were a little thin, right?
Yeah, I'm so happy you want to do that. What a great surprise for me.
I'm full of surprises, Barbie. I
have some of her 78 records. I could go over to my record collection right now and get a 78 record and show you.
Well, we're just going to hear like a minute or two, but and there were so many to choose from on YouTube. But again, the recordings are a little thin from those days. You know that. The sound I'm talking about, you know.
Yep, of course. What are we going to listen to?
Well, Shaking the Blues Away. And, of course, she performed that in Ziegfeld Follies on Broadway. And I grabbed a few pictures of her, and we'll just take so people will know what this movie was really all about, the true life story of Ruth Etting.
Yay.
Let's check it out.
Shaking the blues away, unhappy news away. If you are blue, it's easy to shake off your cares and troubles. Telling the blues to go, they may refuse to go, but as a rule they'll go if you'll shake them away. Do like the darkies do, listening to a preacher way down south. They shake their bodies so, to and fro, with every shake a lucky break, proving that there's a way to chase your cares away. If you would lose your weary blues, shake them away. I got a blues, you got a blues, all God's children got a blues. Come and join a revel and we'll shake off the devil and we'll shake all over God's heaven, heaven, heaven. Anyone objecting to shaking ain't going there, heaven, heaven. Gonna shake all over God's heaven. I gotta shake, you gotta shake, all God's children gotta shake, shake, shake. Nothing could be sweeter than to shake with St. Peter when we shake all over God's heaven, heaven, heaven. Anyone objecting to shaking ain't going there, heaven, heaven. Gonna shake all over God's heaven. shaking, shaking the blues away. Unhappy, unhappy news away. If you are blue, it's easy to shake off your cares and troubles. Telling the blues to go. They may refuse to go, but as a rule they'll go if you shake them away. Do like the darkies do, listening to a preacher way down south. They shake the body so, to and fro. With every shake, a lucky break, proving that there's a way to chase your cares away. If you would lose your weary blues, shake them away.
Well, there you have it, Barbie. Shaking the blues away.
She also said in later years that she had a much lower voice than people realized. I mean, so much of that depended on just the speed of the record at the time, even the way that it was recorded.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
I think she came off much higher pitched than she really was.
There's no doubt about it, because one very telling, I'm so glad you mentioned that, because and I'm aware of it. So you hear these recordings and it doesn't sound like that great of singing, but the thing is, it's the recording at the time, because you take a look at old Al Jolson movies, okay, from, The Jazz Singer, and of course some of the other ones, 1927, 1929, 1930, 31. Jolson, one of the greatest singers of all time, he doesn't sound all that great. But now you fast forward to 1946, when he did he re-recorded all the songs for Jolson, the Jolson Story with Larry Parks.
Yeah, right.
And the voice is so rich. Now, I know his voice probably matured, and he probably came down a little bit. But the difference is night and day. He sounds incredible in 1946, which is probably 20 years past his prime. Then he
People
does.
settled into that too. They figured out how to use the microphone.
Yeah, I mean, right. He was a stage singer, sure, but the recording was not. The technology was not nearly as great in the 20s and early 30s as it became later on. So
definitely,
you got to take that into account. You're absolutely correct. Now, "Shaking the Blues Away," have you recorded that one?
No, I haven't recorded that. I do love that song, and I certainly know that recording. I was singing along with it. I did record "Love Me or Leave Me," though, and much differently than she did it. I did it just with a guitarist.
Okay.
It's a lovely song, and I think I've done "It All Depends on You," which she sings in this film. I recorded that also, and another song that is not in this film, a really great song called "Keep Sweeping the Cobwebs Off the Moon."
Okay, and what about 10 Cents a Dance?
I have not recorded that. I sing it, and I sing "Mean to Me" a lot when I'm performing, but I don't have records of them.
Now, listen, before we get into the movie, I love watching it again to refresh my recollection for tonight. And, Doris Day, I love Doris Day, and she does a fabulous job with "Shaking the Blues Away." But comparing that, now that was in 1955, but I'm sure you saw Ann Miller do it in Easter Parade, right?
I did, but I don't remember that performance very well. Although I love Ann Miller's dancing, of course.
Yeah, I mean, she was tap dancing to it. I mean, I don't know, I favor the Ann Miller. And that was, I think, was it Easter Parade maybe 1948, or was it 49?
I think it is 49, so it's a little bit before this.
Yeah, so, I mean, I have to favor that one. And then, of course, Doris Day, "Mean to Me," the one I have in my head is Rosemary Clooney. But, it is what it is. Doris Day is incredible.
Doris Day, I mean, we could do an entire, 24 hours on Doris Day alone, and I would never run out of something to say.
Right, and it would just be me and you. But anyway, so let's go to it. We're talking now about "Love Me or Leave Me." What do you want to give us about this movie, Barbie?
Well, obviously we now know it's about Ruth Etting. I think it's, one of the things is that it was in 55, so it's 1955's answer to what was happening in the 20s. So it really looks like 1955 hairdos, and it's, 1955's idea of what the 20s clothing was. It's actually, the clothing looks much better in this film. She looks amazing in this film. She's just tiny and beautiful, and her dancing, her figure is just amazing, and the costumes are gorgeous. This film was nominated for, let me think, Jimmy Cagney was nominated for an Academy Award. He did not win, but he was nominated, and it did actually win for best story or screenplay, I believe. Did you know? I want to say this. I wrote this down because we were talking about superlatives. In 1999, the American Film Institute ranked Jimmy Cagney as 8th amongst its 50 greatest American screen legends. And I just love him. I love everything he's done. I love all the gangster movies. I love the later stuff, Mr. Roberts. You know, I just think he is a wonderful actor. He does everything.
He really does. Listen, you don't have to twist my arm on James Cagney. I love him too. He's a legend for sure.
You know, and he's a native New Yorker, and he grew up on the Upper East Side. His father was a boxer. Jimmy Cagney went to Columbia for a semester. His brother ended up being his manager and agent. He brought him out to California. He was good to his family. I just think he's an amazing person.
And also, wasn't he the president of the Screen Actors Guild for a lot of years also?
He was for a couple of years when it first began. He was very much into the rights of the actors, and he was always on hiatus or taking some stand against one of the studios or another.
Yeah,
which is great.
Yeah, he was a really actor's best friend.
Have you ever done Yankee Doodle Dandy on
No,
the
no, and I love Yankee Doodle Dandy, the story of George M. Cohan, but no, I haven't featured it.
We should do that around the 4th of July.
Okay, write that down.
Okay. maybe somebody will send that in tonight on their little list.
That's right, maybe. It's a great flick, 1942, and I think it was probably kind of shocking. Unless there was a movie before that where he showed his dancing, I think probably most of America was shocked to see him dance.
Well, he was in Footlight Parade.
Oh, that's right.
Which is wonderful, but he hadn't danced for a long time or for a while. And he started as a hoofer, they call it.
But in Footlight Parade, he didn't really, I think he was just kind of like coaching the dancers, wasn't he?
I think you're right.
I
love that you know that.
Yeah, he was just kind of coaching all the dancers and stuff. You never really saw him break out and do his own number.
No, not so much. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Love Me or Leave Me a little bit longer.
Okay.
I mean, let's set it up. You know, it's biographical, but there's certainly some license taken with it because I do know quite a lot about Ruth Etting, and she wasn't a dime a dance girl. That was one of her songs, but she actually didn't start in her career as a dime a dance girl. She was working as a costume designer in a club in Chicago when she met this guy who was called Mo the Gimp Snyder, and in the film,
a mobster.
Yeah, and Jimmy Cagney does a great limp throughout the film, and so he's her, husband. He becomes her husband. He's her manager. He takes her over. The relationship is, it's complicated, and they're both very good actors, and so I think we're going to show a couple of scenes, not just all music stuff tonight, but a couple of scenes about their kind of complicated relationship where he has done so much for her and has gotten her on her feet and has really turned her into a star and yet wants something from her, and she doesn't really love him in that way. So it's sad. And I watched it this time as an adult and thought to myself, I had a lot more sympathy for the Jimmy Cagney character, for Marty.
Mm-hmm.
Than I had as a younger viewer. I mean, I really felt like in his own way, he had tried to really do something for her and did love her.
Mm-hmm.
And she just didn't love him that way. So
Okay.
she eventually falls in love with her pianist. And that is actually what happened in Ruth Etting's life. And there was an actual shooting. And
Yep.
but he did live, and she went on to marry the piano player. But all the publicity was not very good for her career at that time. Nowadays, I guess somebody could maybe weather something like that. But that kind of put her into retirement. And she was a big star.
Absolutely. So which scene do you want to start with?
Let us start with I Want More, Ronnie, so that we can see what Ruth Etting was really going for, that she really wanted a big career, and that's what she was looking for.
All right. There it is, Barbie. He goes,
Yeah.
You want me to knock him off?
She wants.
He says, you
Yeah,
want me
I
to
love
knock him
that.
off?
I know. Well, it shows that, it wasn't just him, trying to manipulate things for her, that she had a plan and she wanted to really make it.
Right.
So, and I think that was lost on me the first few times I saw the film. I just felt sorry for her, but she definitely is getting something out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. She's definitely a partner to it. She struggled for a long time and she didn't want to struggle anymore. So if she had a mobster boyfriend that could open some doors for her, then so be it, So one of the things I find interesting, Barbie. Okay, so we're going to have to call Barbie back. Barbara, we're going to call you right back. We lost the Skype connection there. But one of the things that I find interesting when you watch these old movies, these biographical movies, is the main characters will have the actual names. Like Ruth Etting is Ruth Etting. But yet Martin Snyder, who plays her manager, boyfriend, and then ultimately husband, in real life was Mo Snyder. Now, why would they change the name for the movie to Martin Snyder instead of Mo? And then the same thing with the piano player. The piano player in real life was Merle Alderman, but in the movie it was Johnny Alderman. And it's the same thing with the Jolson story. You have Al Jolson as Al Jolson, but the wife is Julie Benson. In real life was Ruby Keeler. I don't understand that. Maybe when we get Barbie back, she can explain that. Maybe it has something to do with the rights. I was going to say it's usually rights. Movie rights? Okay. So anyway, we're now, while we're getting Barbie back on the phone, we'll make another call out, Ronnie, for the watch. We got a gang more of emails coming in. I appreciate that. And what we're playing for tonight is a Porsamo Blue chronograph watch. They call it the Cancun. It's got a $715 retail MSRP on there. And you can actually win that tonight. We're going to give it away at the end of the show. And what you have to do to, be considered in the drawing, to win the watch is you're going to send us an email to contact@acorn.tv, contact@acorn.tv, and in the subject line of the email, just give us your favorite classic film, a film from prior to 1970. And in the body of the email, give us your first name, last name, city, and state. And we'll go ahead, station, and we'll open up the email box and we'll take in another round of entries for the Porsamo Blue watch, a really nice gift item that we're giving away. Let's see here. So, Ronnie, we're having a little trouble getting Barbie. She's offline. Okay, well, we'll get her back. That's okay. I know that I want to run a clip. Yeah. All right, well, we can do that. Let's do that. Let me see here. I'll let Barbie know we ran a clip. I know that in the area where she lives on the Upper West Side, the connection is not necessarily all that strong. Why don't we go to "You Made Me Love You"? And this is, of course, Doris Day playing Ruth Etting. And here you get a real chance to hear Doris Day sing. Check it out. Well, there it was, Barbie. You know what cracks me up about that is, and not that it's funny, but because he goes back there and he gets in a fight and he ends up pulling her out after the opening night. But later in the show, when they're arguing, he says, "You just turned and walked away. You could have stopped it. You turned and walked." She was going on the stage.
I know. He wanted her support so that she would say, "He's with me." Like, who would want to do that at that point?
He says, "You just walked away."
She's grown too big for the likes of his mobster activities now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I know. Pardon me. I have to go back on Broadway.
Yeah.
I'll see you later. But I want to know, would you like to show another musical clip, or would you like to show another scene between Marty and Ruth?
Listen, I just love to let you do it. You take us wherever you want to take us, Barbie.
All right. Well, do we have time to show 10 Cents a Dance? Because that dress is just ridiculous. And
We're-
Her
we're-
figure looks so amazing in that.
Well, Barbie, we're not even halfway through this movie. We got plenty of time.
Okay, let's do 10 Cents a Dance. But let's talk about Doris for a minute.
Okay.
Because I wanted to point out all the similarities between myself and Doris Day.
All right. Let me hear it.
All right. First of all, she's from Ohio. Same here. Okay.
Mhm.
Secondly, she's from German extraction. Doris Kappelhoff was her name. Thirdly, she sang with Les Brown. I sing with Harry James. Well, not actually Harry James, but the orchestra. Let's see. My grandmother's name was Doris. Is Doris. So isn't that uncanny?
Amazing.
Anyway, my dad had a big crush on Doris Day, so we talked about her a lot when I was a kid. And the other films that I love of hers are the Rock Hudson ones, the Pillow Talk, and the other one where she's married to James Garner, and I think he thinks he's sick all the time. That's hilarious. And then those By the Light of the Silvery Moon, where she does those 2 films with Gordon McRae. Those are so darling. I just think everything she did was great.
What's the name of the movie with Rock Hudson where she, they're playing ad execs?
That's not Pillow Talk.
Is it Pillow?
No, I don't think that's Pillow Talk. And the other one with James Garner is Send Me No Flowers.
Right. I have that one, but
where he's a hypochondriac. It's very funny.
What I really like about this one, the Love Me or Leave Me for Doris Day, and I have so many Doris Day movies. I definitely collect them. There's still some I don't have, but in most of them, she's very sweet and innocent. This one is a little bit edgier role for her. That's what. Yeah.
Definitely meatier. I mean, and she's a good actress. I think the two of them together are wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we go, I think we have to show the scene where, he hits her, don't we?
Does he hit her?
Yeah.
And then and right before they get married, that's sort of a crazy scene too.
Yeah.
What's the name of the scene where he hits her?
Was it Losing Your Grip or?
Was it Marty Breaks Down? I don't remember. I don't have that one written down, but we should show that. I want to show that.
Yeah, but we don't have to go to it right now. So
No, let's not do that now. But did you know that this film was directed by Charles Vidor, the same one who directed CoverGirl that we did a few weeks ago?
Yep.
And also, Gilda with Rita Hayworth.
And Glenn Ford.
Yes. I know, you like Glenn Ford. That's so cute. I guess we'll have to do a Glenn Ford film one of these days.
Yeah, maybe we'll do Gilda.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
Anyway, let's do 10 Cents a Dance and check out this musical number and check out her costume in this.
Yeah, I like this costume here. Yep. 10 Cents a Dance. Now, you say you do sing that one?
Yes, I have sung that. I have not recorded it, but I have sung that. Yeah. She does a great job on that.
Yeah, great job.
Well, we're not going to show this clip, I don't think, but the song I'll Never Stop Loving You that was written, I think, specifically for this film by Sammy Cahn was nominated for an Academy Award, too. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. Now, is that any relation to Gus Kahn? No.
No, they're not related. But what's funny? That film about Gus Kahn.
Danny Tom.
Yeah, with Danny Thomas and Doris Day.
Yeah.
What is the name of that song? It's the name of a song is the name of that movie. Anyway,
like
that's
For
a
My
good
Baby
movie.
or some.
That's gonna drive me crazy.
The name of the movie is the name of the song.
Exactly.
I've got it in the other room,
I've recorded it.
and we can't think of the name.
And I can't think of it. It was written by Isham Jones and Gus Kahn in 1924, and the name of the song is "I'll See You in My Dreams."
Okay.
Yeah,
I've got
we thought
that.
of that.
I've got that one too.
But anyway, we don't have a clip on that, I don't think, do we?
I'll See You in My Dreams?
No, I'll Never Stop Loving You.
I don't know if we have that.
That's okay. Let's show some more. Let's show that clip where he gets so frustrated that he hits her.
He slaps her. Okay, that's called
yeah.
Losing Your Grip. All right.
I think that takes place right after this, doesn't it, or fairly soon when he realizes?
It's a few clips after that, but obviously we're not going to show 20 clips. So.
Unfortunately.
Right.
I know.
All right, check this out. Now, before we check it out, let's talk about this just for a second. Yeah. You know, you said earlier that when you watched this when you were younger, you really sided with her because, let's face it, I mean, he's kind of
he's a brute.
Right, he's a brute in this movie. He's a monster. He's controlling. He controls her publicity. He controls her, where she gets to sing. And, and at some point she just finally gave up, and she just said, okay, where am I playing? Where am I singing?
Yeah, that's a good scene where she really gives up. I mean,
right.
She gets an attitude. That's how she's able to live through the relationship.
Right. But my point is to pick an actor to play that. Could you pick anybody better than James Cagney? I mean, he for so many years and throughout the 30s, the roles that he played, he was kind of a roughneck.
No, I think he shows a side to this man that nobody else could show, where there's this enormous frustration because he cannot ever get this person to love him the way that he loves her. Or he can't control this person, if that's his idea of love, or what he shows another aspect of this person. That I don't think another actor could do. I don't think I would feel so much sympathy if it were any other weren't him.
All right, let's take a look. Well, there it was, Barbie. I hate to laugh. I mean, it's, but to me, it's funny because, he smacks her pretty good right across the face. And I mean, it wasn't like just for the camera. He got her, he smacked her. And she runs away. She just turns and storms out. And he said, you come back here.
Exactly.
Like she's going to come back for more,
Yeah, I can't wait to get back there. In real life, they were married 15 years.
Doris Day and James Cagney?
No.
Oh, you mean
Ruth Etting and
right.
Mo.
Well,
Mo the Gimp.
When we lost the connection with you a little earlier, I was asking a question, basically rhetorically, I guess, because you weren't here. But maybe you can explain this. You notice how in these biographical movies, how the main character is the real name, Ruth Etting. But then the other characters, they change the names. Like in this case, it was Marty Snyder or Martin Snyder. In real life, it was Mo Snyder. The piano player was, in the movie, is Johnny Alderman. In real life, it was Merle Alderman. And if you remember, the Jolson story, it's Al Jolson, of course, but the wife is Julie Benson. In real life is Ruby Keeler. Why do they change the names of the surrounding characters? I don't understand.
I certainly don't understand why they would change the Ruby Keeler name unless that was something where she just didn't want to be associated with it. Maybe that was a really messy divorce.
Well, did she think they wouldn't know? I mean,
I know, it's weird. But actually, Marty, his name is Martin, quote, Mo the Gimp Snyder. So that is his name. But I mean, the name Merle, I guess you kind of maybe would have to change.
I thought in real life his name was Mo Snyder, but in the film they made it Marty Snyder, no?
No, his real first name is Martin.
Okay.
Martin Snyder.
All right, good. You cleared that up.
From whatever I knew about it, yeah. But he was called Mo the Gimp.
Now, before we go to the maybe one or two more clips, whatever you want, Barbie, as I said earlier, I think they really picked the right actor if they were going to have a script where he smacks her across the face because James Cagney kind of this is not new to this.
Yeah. Are we going to talk about the grapefruit?
Well, as a matter of fact, I happen to have a clip of that. It's a quickie.
Okay, great.
Now it's the grapefruit scene. Now was that 1933 or 34?
It's Public Enemy, and that I don't know what year that is.
I think it's 1934, and it's Mae Clarke, right?
Yeah, I think it's pre-code still. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the famous grapefruit scene. So, Ronnie, you didn't know I was going to do this.
Go ready,
ahead.
Tom.
Ain't you got a drink in the house?
Well, not before breakfast, dear.
I didn't ask you for any lip. I asked you if you had a drink.
I know, Tom, but... Well, gee, I wish that...
Hey, you go down wishing stuff again. I wish you was a wishing well, so that I could tie a bucket to you and sink you.
Maybe you found someone you like better.
Come on, that is hysterical.
It's hysterical. I love it. It's so funny, and I actually love that film.
Yeah. And then, of course, there's another one, which is where he shows her the door. Have you seen that one?
I don't remember that.
James Cagney, he shows Mae Clark the door. I think it's like a year later, and it's a different film. It's I forget the name of it, but he plays like a gangster kind of guy, and he gets offered to be like an advisor on a movie about gangsters, and so he's going to be a consultant and get paid to be a consultant.
Yeah.
On a movie, so he can tell him that this is real and this is how you do it. But in real life, he was kind of a gangster and he was kind of a bad guy or whatever. And so one of his friends from the neighborhood, this chick, played by once again Mae Clark, she's going to blackmail him. She says, if I tell them what I know about you, you better be pretty good to me, kind of a thing. And so he shows her the door. But it's a short and a quick one. But once again, if there's anybody that knows how to, handle women, it's James Cagney. Just watch this.
Okay.
So your old friends aren't good enough for you anymore, huh? Let me give you a tip. I can change all this good luck of yours. If I ever whisper in a cop's ear what I know about you, say, I think you better start being nice to Mama. Yes?
You're still going out.
There it was, Barbie. He throws her out. He throws the suitcase after her. He grabs her by the hair. Those were
and you never see that after 1934 because after the pre-code movies, they stopped doing that.
What a great actor he was.
Yeah. He could do everything. Hit women, dance. No.
Yeah, he's a great dancer.
love him. I do love him. Those are great clips. I'm glad you showed those. That's hilarious.
Hey, we got to be prepared over here,
Yeah.
All right, so we're back to now.
All right, well, since we're speaking about him so much, you know what? We didn't talk about Cameron Mitchell being in this movie, and I do like him, and he does a great job as the piano player. We just haven't shown any of that, really.
Right.
But when everyone goes and gets this film again, they'll see Cameron Mitchell, who was famous in, he was in How to Marry a Millionaire. Don't you like that movie?
I love that movie. Of course, he plays the really rich guy. I think it's Tom Parker or something like that. And but he doesn't want to let her know. And of course, that was Lauren Bacall. He doesn't want to let Lauren Bacall know that he's really a rich guy. He wants to win her over without his money.
Yes, right. Well,
and of course, Marilyn is absolutely hysterical in that movie.
Yeah, we should show that some night.
All right.
Have you done that?
No, never done that one.
Okay, let's put that on the list.
Okay, write that down.
But in the meantime, let's watch Marty Breaks Down so we can see Cagney, really do his stuff and see why he was nominated for this particular role.
Okay, you got it. Well, there it was. Love Me or Leave Me.
That was so much fun. That was such a good movie. I'm so glad we did this one.
Well, it was your call. You mentioned it.
Well, this was the most fun I've ever had on Chillin' with Larry Megan.
Oh, boy. Whoopee.
And that's saying a lot.
Okay. Well, we'll have to kind of raise the stakes in the future, okay?
Thank you guys
What about,
so much.
you don't remember West Side Story with Connie? You didn't like that?
Oh, you know what? That was really fun.
Okay.
And so was Bye Bye Birdie. No, it's always fun. It's always fun. But I like the surprises tonight. That was fun. The little extra clips. And
I had the Ruth Eddings surprise and the James Cagney surprise.
Yeah, it feels like a little surprise just for me.
I do that for you, Barbie.
Thanks, Larry. Well, anyway, thank you, Ronnie. Thank you, everybody there. And Larry, I'll see you next week.
Absolutely. What did we talked about for next week? We talked about we just did Roman Holiday.
I don't have my list in front of me.
I don't have it either. Maybe we could talk tomorrow late afternoon.
Okay, and you're going to announce the winner of tonight's
Well, we're going to
contest?
still do one more call out yet, but yeah, I'll announce that after, after I say bye to you, I still have one more segment to do. I'm going to show Judy Garland singing, I'll spill it right now. We're going to do The Boy Next Door.
Oh, love it, love it, love it. Used to dance around my room when I was a little girl and pretend I was her.
Yeah, that was from 1944, Meet Me in St. Louis. We're going to get to
Love
that in
it.
just a few minutes, but I'm going to do one more call out for the contest, and then we'll see who's going to win the watch.
All right, thanks so much. See you guys soon. See you next week.
Okay, thanks, Barbie.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was fun. Love Me or Leave Me. I have that movie in my collection, and when Barbie suggested it, I was kind of surprised. People don't think of that movie, but I agreed to it immediately, and here we go. We did it, and I'm glad we did it. Now, for the contest, if you just tuned in, it looks like we've had people kind of coming in and popping in and out. But if you haven't already got at least one entry in, and if you've already entered, you can enter again. Just give us a different name, though, as far as the movie. Here's what you're going to have to do. We're giving away a really nice watch tonight. It's from Porsamo Blue. It's got a Swiss isochronograph movement in it, the 8172. We love this movement. It's a 45 millimeter case size, so it's a nice presence on the wrist, but not too big. And it's got a $715 MSRP. And from my friend Mo Afshar from Porsamo Blue in Los Angeles, he was very nice to donate a couple of watches for the giveaway. We gave away one on Tuesday night on Davis After Dark, and now one this week on Chillin'. And it's a really nice watch to win. Now, what you have to do to get into the drawing or to get into the eligibility, and I've got Stacia and Maddie outside, our producer and associate producer, and together they're going to randomly pick one. What you're going to do is you're going to send an email to contact@acorn.tv, contact@acorn.tv. And in the subject line, we want you to give us your favorite or one of your favorite classic movies from before 1970. If you don't know of any, you don't have any, well, then go online and just put it in the subject line. In the body of the email, give us your first name, last name, city, and state. And just send it. You've got about 5 minutes to send it in, and then that'll be the last chance. And if you've already sent a couple in, you can send another one in. Just give us a different movie, okay? Okay, and then you'll have more chances to possibly be the winner, and we will announce the winner on this show. Now, as far as the show goes, we like to end every show. I like to end every show with, at least one song from Judy Garland. Everybody knows she's my favorite, so we have a segment called Always Chasing Rainbows, and it's that time of the night. Let's go to it.
Over the rainbow, way up high.
Well, we call this segment Always Chasing Rainbows. You've probably heard me say this before because I always find Judy Garland's performances to be inspirational. You start, looking at what she went through in her lifetime, and as far as being a child actor, and they made her work, an ungodly amount of hours, but I'm sure she loved it too. But she got hooked onto, sleeping pills and wake up pills and everything else, and she lived a really rough life, for such a mega star. But anyway, her performances in her movies, her concerts, her TV shows, they're all inspirational. I find them inspirational. And Always Chasing Rainbows is really about pursuing your dreams, your goals, never giving up. And, I'm still chasing, my dreams and my goals, and I hope you are too. Well, tonight, I decided that we're going to take a look. I think the last few performances we looked at of Judy were from either concerts or TV shows. I thought it was time to go back to the movies. And one of her unsung songs that she's done in a movie, to me, is The Boy Next Door. And the reason I say that, and that's from Meet Me in St. Louis in 1944, in every movie that she does, there's always one or two songs that, are seminal moments in American film history, or certainly in her career anyway. And, when you think about, for example, Over the Rainbow, obviously, or The Wizard of Oz, it's Over the Rainbow. Everybody knows that. And you can go right down the list. But when you talk about Meet Me in St. Louis, you know, the two songs that everybody names for that movie, of course, is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas and the Trolley Song, you know. But there was another gem in that movie, and it was The Boy Next Door. And I think it was really a great love story, really, this movie. And I don't mean the love story between Judy Garland and the boy next door. I mean, that's in the script. But the real love story here is this is the film where Judy Garland met her husband, Vincent Minnelli. You know, he was 20 years older than her. And Judy Garland did not want to do this movie for MGM because she had just played a couple of roles where she finally got to get out of that whole idea of playing a teenager. And she was, at that time, she was already 22 years old, and she wanted to move into more roles of playing women, you know, adults, as opposed to playing kids. And she had already done a couple roles like that where she played more mature roles. And now this role called for her to play a 17-year-old teenager. And she was totally against it. And it was Vincent Minnelli, who was brought in to direct the movie, that talked her into doing this film. And he assured her he was going to make her look good and shoot her properly and all these things. And I guess he charmed her. And so she agreed to do it. And of course, 6 months after they wrapped the film, she married Vincent Minnelli. And obviously, you know, they had their child, Liza Minnelli. But so it was a great love story, of course, between Judy Garland and her husband, Vincent Minnelli. And they met on this movie. And this is early in the movie where Judy Garland has, you know, taken an eye towards the teenager next door, the boy next door. And this is that moment here, the boy next door.
My dear, when you get to be my age, you'll find out there are more important things in life than boys.
The moment I saw him smile, I knew he was just my style. My only regret is we've never met, though I dream of him all the while. But he doesn't know I exist. Matter how I may persist, so it's clear to see there's no hope for me, though I live at 5135 Kensington Avenue and he lives at 5133. How can I ignore next door? I love him more than I can say. Doesn't try to please me, doesn't even tease me, and he never sees me glance his way. And though I'm heart sore, the boy next door, affection for me won't display. I just adore him, so I can't ignore him. The boy next
Well, there it was. The Boy Next Door, 1944. Meet Me in St. Louis, Judy Garland. And that brings us to the close of another show. And before we go, we're going to announce the winner. Ronnie, you want to at least show the picture one more time? This is what the winner wins, and it goes to Bob LaBrosse. Bob LaBrosse. I've seen that name before. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Bob, maybe I've seen you on my Facebook page somewhere. I know I recognize your name. I just don't know how to pronounce it. And the movie he suggested was Some Like It Hot with, of course, that's Marilyn Monroe and Tony Curtis. And we'll try to work that in the next 3 or 4 weeks into our rotation for the Classic Film Zone. So, Bob, do us a favor. Send us an email to contact@Acorn TV where to send the watch. And you're going to get it. Nice job. Nice job. I want to thank Barbara for a great Classic Film Zone tonight. We went a little longer with the Classic Film Zone than normal. And I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in. You know, it's funny because right now, Ronnie, did you notice? Right now we're at like the highest number we've been in viewers all night long, you know. So, yeah, so it's pretty cool. But now we're signing off. Now that you're all here, we're signing off. But it's been... we've gone an hour and 50 minutes, so I think that's a pretty good length of time for tonight. And just remember, you know, never give up. You know, always keep chasing your dreams, keep pursuing your goals, and keep chasing those rainbows. Until next week, I'm Larry Megan. Peace, love, and all good things.
Chill with Larry Megan.